How is it going, everyone? Nick here, and super excited to get into today's stream videos. What is that noise? Hold up. Okay, sorry, I heard a noise. Apparently it's just the music I have in the background. I didn't know how to play it yet. Anyways, today we're going to be looking at the North Division with SpydReverse versus SicGig as our first game right now. Wyfield Acers versus Quality Soup at 7:15, and WySpike Upper Lip Stain versus A1 Thick and Hearty Burger. The thick part didn't fit, and that's why I pretty much abbreviated it to A1 Hearty Burger. Without further ado, let's get started with our first game of the night, SpydReverse, and we are going to get started. Let me pull it up really fast though. And that's going to be SpydReverse, which is David Louis and Rahul Murthy, versus SicGig, Bradley Thompson, and Matt Purvis. So the big thing here is going to be, can Bradley Thompson and can Matt Purvis stop Rahul and David's service runs? I guess we will see very soon. I have to change my account to my personal because that's where all the game footage is. Hope everyone's been having a great week. I got a cut recently from barbed wire, and your boy had his tetanus shot 9 years ago. Really hoping that it's still working because I do not want to get tetanus. And it's not that bad of a cut, but it's nonetheless a cut. Alright. Sorry, I'm having to look past my mic to see the video. Here we go. Series 1, Game 1. And man, they're zooming it in pretty good. It's kind of close. Yeah, it's close. Good call, Ali. Ali, if you're here watching, good call on it being too close. We are trying to get all the rallies and all the angles and stuff. If the background music is too loud, please do let me know. I was trying to make it more interactive of a video because I have not been putting background music and it was just my voice. And I don't know if you want to hear my voice, so the music's there so you can have something else to listen to. I will change the game and series count on the scoreboard really fast.
Series 1, Game 1.
And that's going to be SpydReverse. First serve by Bradley Thompson. He puts it on, and David Louis is going to hit a backhand down the middle, and he's going to get the first point for SpydReverse. Rahul's going to serve first for them. To Matt Purvis. Hits it hard into the rim. SicGig. And then this is Series 1, Game 1. And that's going to be a jam to win the first point for Rahul Murthy on his serves. He's going to be serving to Bradley Thompson here. More experienced player who is premier, and he's going to get cut up. And that's going to be another ace for Rahul Murthy. 3-0. Hits it hard. Matt Purvis gets a good hold of it. Bradley sets it a little off net. That's going to be another point for SpydReverse. Yeah, this is usually what we're seeing the first game or two versus SpydReverse, just trying to get accustomed to how they're serving. It's very fast, very hard to get to. Bradley gets a good touch on that one, though. Rahul gets it up, though. David with the set off net, and that's not going to be enough to put it on. That's going to be 1-4. SicGig up to serve. And they are going to be starting with Matt Purvis here. We recently had a training session with WySpike, and Matt Purvis is there. He did very well. And he seems like someone who's shaping up to be a very good player, but it's going to hit pocket there. David and Rahul are going to opt to play it. Easy 1-2-3 put away. Point for SpydReverse. David Louis to serve. Hits it hard, but clips the rim. That's default. SicGig is going to get that point there. Bradley Thompson to serve. Goes for a step out push, and he gets the ace on Rahul Murthy. Point for SicGig. I think that's something very, very promising to see early on, that they are capable of acing Rahul and David. They're not the best serve receivers, so I don't think SicGig can beat them in a battle of serves. But if they're able to compensate some point losses to those aces with their own aces, that is something that will help them a lot. Bradley Thompson serve hits rim. And goes again, hits another rim. SpydReverse serve with Rahul. Let's see if Matt needs to keep his arms up a little higher there. Kind of low. Rahul's serves kind of jump. They don't really go that low. And they're going to call a fault. And that's going to be a point for SpydReverse. Yeah, call lip every time on Rahul serves. That's the secret to serve returning Rahul. So I believe that's... What was that? My fault. I gave a point to SpydReverse. It's 4-6. Matt Purvis not serving as well as he usually does. Still maybe trying to get accustomed. Once again, this is his first game. Usually not that warmed up. Still trying to get a feel for the competitive vibe. And that's going to be a pocket for David Louis. Goes hard, and that's going to be a decent touch. Bradley Thompson put it on after the set is off. Easy put away by Rahul Murthy. Yeah, I think that first touch could have been a little better, but the second set also could have been. Overall, a poor receiving end for SicGig there. It's funny hearing I don't know if y'all can hear the background of the game happening, but there's some WySpike players that were there and making a few funny comments here and there about their playing and stuff. A good serve receive from Rahul. Bradley Thompson gets a great defensive play, pushes it. David goes to the layout and can't get there. A point for SicGig, and that is a no touch for David Louis. Not getting those defensive touches, but definitely the effort is awarded by this commentator. 8-5, Bradley Thompson to serve. Goes for the push. Or 6-8 rather. I think I just said 8-5. Should be 9-6 now. Rahul to serve. Rahul to serve. And that's going to be a point for SpydReverse. No, SicGig. My fault. Man, I feel like I'm distracted, but I feel like I'm also very focused, which is weird. Matt Purvis to serve. Goes for a push, which is Rahul's weakness, in case you didn't know. Hits it down the middle, and that's going to be a point for SpydReverse. Not a push, a jam. That's Rahul's weakness. Rahul's pretty good at getting pushes, but jams he sometimes has a hard time struggling with. Those hard serves straight to his body. I'm going to skip because I think there's ball shagging here. David Louis to serve. Goes for the cut. I don't even think it cut. I think it just went pretty wide. Point for SpydReverse even so. Goes for a reverse cut. I think it's barely going to nick front rim or front pocket. I think that's the debate, whether it hit one or the other. I think it was front rim. Good try for that serve, though. Hits it hard, and that's going to pop up over Matt Purvis. And that's a point for SicGig. Oh, no. So they opted to play... They replayed that point. My fault. So the dispute on the serve was not won by SicGig. They just opted for the replay. And that's another ace by David Louis for the rotation. SpydReverse, sick. It's going to pop up. That looked like it lipped. Yep, they're going to call it, and SicGig is going to get that point. Bradley Thompson goes for a hard serve to the right of Rahul. It's going to lip up. That's a point for SpyReverse. Rahul to serve. It's a hard serve that looked like a lip to me. But there's going to be a no call, and that's going to be a point for SpyReverse. It's going to hit hard and low, and that's going to hit front rim. A short drop. Matthew Purvis gets there. He's going to try to hit it past Rahul. Hits it into his body, and that's unfortunately going to be another point for SpyReverse. That is not something you want to see. Matt Purvis needs to pull that shot to go past the defense, and sadly, that's a point for SpyReverse. I say sadly because that was a good play by SicGig, but just didn't get it. Rahul with a nasty fast cut, and that's another point for SpyReverse. He's racking up those aces. Can hit off. The commentary from Colton says he tried to hit a reverse cut, so it should be -2 aces. That's funny. SicGig to serve. Hits a backhand. Appreciate the effort. Goes for the casual put on. Still not putting on serves. Hopefully Matt Purvis can snap out of it for the next few games. He's a good server when he puts them on, but this game he really hasn't been. David Louis to serve. Off to the reverse, but it's going to pop up. He's not going to get it. David to serve and hits it, popped up. I thought that was Colton for a second, but that was just Cooper with Colton's shirt on. It's funny to see. Feel like he's letting him borrow it for the Gold League season. Bradley Thompson to serve at 10-18. He's going to hit a double fault, and that's a point for SpyReverse. Rahul to serve, goes hard. He's going to double fault. And that's a point for SicGig with Matt Purvis to serve. Looking to make a huge comeback here. Most likely, I'm not trying to be pessimistic, won't happen. But we'll see. Anything is possible. Rahul opts to play it. David gets a off-net set, and Rahul goes for the reverse tweener and gets it on. I think he does. Yeah, he does. Point 11. Am I being called? Someone is being called in game. That was weird.
You good? Yeah. Someone's got a freaking high quality phone.
Hey. I mean, it's round net. When you're down that much, it's very hard to come back from. And at the point for SicGig, if Bradley Thompson can get 10 aces here, we're good to go. And nope, that's a 1-2-3 put away. SpydReverse wins the first game. Not really much to say about that one. Only thing is, definitely Matt needs to start putting on his serves, and then they need to take advantage of the faults on David and Rahul, even though there have been very few. I think they missed a few lip calls, and then they also need to be moving on defense a little bit more. But other than that, not much to dissect, considering it was mostly just a service game, which is most of the games I view with SpydReverse. Hard to commentate on them. Gonna go to the next game.
Series 1, Game 2.
And this is gonna be Series 1, Game 2. Gonna reset the scoreboard. Oh. Hold up. Okay. Let's see. Well, I accidentally spoiled it. David gets an ace here. Goes to the reverse cut and he gets it. Bradley Thompson doesn't look like he's playing on his toes. I think that'd be a critique on the serve receive. Matt Purvis, his only critique, he's on his toes, but he's not putting his arms up enough. I feel like they're more closed in. He's having to do that versus already having them set. SicGig to serve with Matt Purvis. Can he put on his serve? Goes for the backhand. Barely lobster traps it. Appreciate that he's tossing high, though. He's giving himself more, or I guess less room for error. Opts for the put on. I like that decision. 1-2-3 put away for SpydReverse. I think it's a very smart play by Matt. You know, he's been getting, I think his past 4 services have been double faults. And this last one, he kind of just opted to put it on pretty easily. At least gives them a chance for defense, even though it's very hard to play defense. I still like this decision. Rahul with a hard serve. Bradley gets a good touch on it. Oh, Rahul gets a touch on Bradley's hit, though. Oh, a great defensive up by Bradley. Off net set, but they're going to play with it and get the point. Yeah, I feel like both teams are doing, I don't know. I think they could do a better job of putting shots away. SpydReverse is doing better on it, but I don't know. I like to see rallies, but if there are too many, which there haven't been, I guess they're doing fine. Oh, the good off-net set by David, but it's still going to be too little momentum for Rahul to get a good hit on it. Bradley Thompson to serve at 3-2. Wait, what was that in the background? Was that a crib? Looked like a fireball. And that's going to be ball shagging. I'm going to skip past it because I hate watching ball shagging in case you don't already know. David Louis to serve. Hits it hard and Bradley gets a decent touch on it, but Matt is not going to be able to get a good enough set for him to finish. Yeah, David just hit that ball so hard. And another thing is, if you haven't played versus David, his serves are very spinny. You know, not only do they come at you hard, but they have a weird spin to them, so it's kind of like you have to adjust to not only power, but also the spin, which is very difficult to do. good sets, good defense overall by SpydReverse. Definitely playing a really great game right now, dominating on their serves. If their serves are received, not giving the SicGig other team any chance to respond. David's serve goes for a push, and that is going to get an ace on Matt Purvis at 7-3 for SpydReverse. Goes for a second serve. Bradley more on his toes now. Seems a little bit more aware on his serve receive, which is good to see. Hopefully be getting more touches, but they have to be putting away the serves. Right now, the serve receive is better and they're getting a touch on the ball. The touch just still isn't good. It's going to be 8-4 lead for SpydReverse. And already early on before 10, this is already a pretty big gap to see in the game. 4 points in Rahul serving is not something to be shying away from. Rahul to serve goes hard, and that is going to... It looked in the middle there. That definitely cut. I don't know. It looked clean. I guess I'll call that clean. Ball shagging. Gonna skip. What are they gonna call it? Yeah, it's gonna be a reserve. I think that's the right call. The hold to serve hits it hard into the body of Matt Purvis, and that's gonna be another point for SpydReverse. Rahul to serve. Hits it hard, and he's going to get a lobster trap there. Goes again, and Bradley's going to get... He's getting hands on the ball. He's just not going the direction that he wants to see. And that's going to be a point for SpydReverse. Yeah, it's just so hard because... Oh, that's a great touch by Matt Purvis. Not a good put away though, and Rahul's gonna hit it right into Matt. Off to the backhand, that's gonna be a point for SpydReverse. You hate to see it. Definitely getting touches on the ball. Yeah, I guess something I was just gonna say is like Rahul is already a great server against people who are very experienced and seasoned in the game. And it is already hard enough serve receiving against him when you know how he serves and how he plays. But I mean, I can only imagine the teams like in the Gold League that haven't played with him ever. Like I've played with him a bit, and it's so hard for me to serve receive. So I mean, you can just see how he's breaking away right here. 12-4. Yeah, I like the decision to try to play that ball by Matt. Definitely something that you're gonna have to do against this team. Have to take advantage of those that hit the pocket or the rim. And finally, serving ends for Rahul, and this is going to be a point for SicGig at 5-12 with Bradley Thompson to serve. Hard hit, but it's going to hit the rim. It looked like it lipped. I thought it lipped. And they're going to call it yeah, they're gonna I think reserve that. Bradley Thompson to serve. And it's gonna be a rim. They're gonna do another one. Nope, they're not. Point for SpydReverse. So hard, and it's going to barely come off the hand of Bradley Thompson. And this is going to be, I think, even more blowout than last game. David's going to opt for the short. Matthew does not get the ball. And that's a point for David Louie and Rahul Murthy. Yeah, at this point, you just don't know what to do. I mean, you're getting defeated at pretty much all ends of the game. Bradley Thompson gets a hit up, hits it right into the body of Rahul, and David goes to dive but cannot get there. A point for SicGig. $15-6. It should be, yeah, it should be Matt Purvis serving. Gonna go hard, but Rahul's gonna get a good touch on that. Easy 1-2-3 wrap put away. Point for SpydReverse. Still trying to see what Matt and Brad can be doing better. Matt's hands need to be outward rather than inward. Because he's holding his hands like this. It needs to be up. Just a split second that's making him get bad touches, I think. Especially on Rahul. Rahul hits so fast that, like, you need to be ready to serve receive. You can't, you know, you can't just, like, every little millisecond counts. It's going to be Bradley Thompson to serve at 7-16. I think he has a good cut, sir. I would really want him to do a step-out cut. I think that would be a good serve for him to do. Just because I don't think David's as mobile. But, I mean, I don't know. He needs to try something different. SpydReverse takes point there, and they're going to rotate at 18-7. Not looking good for SicGig. We'll see what happens here. And that's another ace for David Louis. Also, I do appreciate the name SicGig. In case you don't know, Bradley Thompson graduated from Baylor University, I believe, 2 years ago, maybe. And Matt Purvis now attends A&M. So the name SicGig is for Sikkim and Gig'em, which is a random fun fact from your commentator. And then David just graduated from A&M, and Rahul Murthy is currently there. And that is another serve and an ace from David Louis. So a hard cut, but Matt's going to get a good hold of it. Bradley Thompson with the set off net, and that's going to be game. SpydReverse up 21-7. I don't know why I keep resetting like that. Definitely a decline for SicGig on this game. 21-7 is a hard game to look at. They're going to be going into Series 2, though, hoping to maybe capitalize more on their defensive touches, and then their sets need to be closer on net. And that's only going to happen if their serve receive is up to speed. But no critiques for no really big critiques for SpydReverse. I mean, they're playing well. They're playing what they know how to play. Overall, around, really great work. I mean, they're getting aces and winning by 14 points. I don't know what you want me to critique them on. Opening Series 2, Game 1. And please do let me know if my background music is too loud. And I can adjust it accordingly. May not even be able to hear my background music. Let me turn that up a little bit. And yes, it is no copyright music. Alright, David Louis to serve here. Series 1 or Series 2, Game 1. Gonna go for a reverse. Bradley Thompson gonna get a good touch on it. Hits it right into David again, and David's barely gonna miss that. Yeah, that's something I'm definitely seeing. SicGig, I feel like the moment they get a good set, they're very frantic and want to just hit it as hard as they can or hit it away. But they're not looking where their defense is at. And because of it, they're losing a lot of points. Luckily they got this one, but it was because of an error from SpydReverse. But they need to be looking where they're hitting. Good serve from Matt, and that's going to be a 1-2-3 put away. Oh, excuse me. That one. 1-1. It's going to hit rim. Hard hit, good receive. And again, hitting it into the defense. Let me see. Okay, let me see what's happening here. Because it could just be the set's off. But right here, gets a good touch. Bradley with the set. He needs to wrap that ball. He can hit that angle right here. I mean, I do believe the set was a little off. No, the trajectory should be on net. It's off a little bit. But, I mean, he can still wrap. He has all this space right here where David isn't covering to wrap the ball. But instead he hits it right at them. And that's how they're getting points. They're doing that all day. You know, it doesn't matter. It honestly doesn't matter if SicGig is getting good receives because they are not capitalizing on them. Which is unfortunate because that's the main thing that they need is good receives because they're playing a team that is a serve ball team. If you get their serves down, you have to win the point. Decent set. It's going to be a great backhand off net. A low set by Rahul, but David works with it. And that's going to be 3-1 for SpydReverse. My brother just called me. I didn't really see what happened. I imagine a good serve by Rahul. Sorry, my brother's calling me. It could be urgent, so I'm trying to see what he's doing or what he needs. Rahul Murthy to serve here. Hard hit. Great 1-2-3 finish. Finally putting it past the defense, and that's a point for SicGig. Bradley Thompson to serve here. And he's going to hit a front rim. And the ball shagging, going to skip it. And we're back. Haha! Pre-recorded videos are the best. Two, 4, and that's going to lip up. Point for SpydReverse. It's going to be a jam from David. It looked like he may have been trying to do a reverse cut, but I don't think it reversed or cut enough. And that's going to be a wide cut serve by David. Point for SpydReverse. My goodness. A great serve by David. Gonna put it right into the hand of Rahul. Tries to hit a tweener drop, I believe. Point for SicGig. And again, I mean, I think it's because Bradley sets her off net. But I feel like most of Matt's hits have been right at the defense. They're not really moving much. They're kind of just staying in their same spot. And just waiting for the ball to come at them. Purpose to serve here, looking to get one on. And he doesn't. SpydReverse to serve. Roll to serve. Bradley gets a touch on it. And that's going to be a point for SpydReverse. Huh. Yeah, definitely a dominating game for SpydReverse. Point. Dun, dun. And that's gonna be an ace. I blinked and he got an ace. I don't even know what happened. I was looking right at the screen and I blinked and it was done. The heck? Did he just jam him or what? My goodness. Raul to serve. Goes for a push. It's going to be very slow though. Bradley gets the 1-2-3 air ball put away over David Louis. And that's going to be a point for SicGig getting up on the board. Gonna hit it hard, and I think it's gonna barely lip up. Bradley Thompson to serve, and that's gonna lip up again. A point for SpydReverse. David Louis to serve here. Goes for the hard cut. Doesn't put it on though. Don't know what's going on here. Maybe shagging some balls. David opts for the drop. Bradley's there though, gets it. Hits a normal forehand where it could easily be a wrap. I mean, look, you see, this is what I'm not understanding. You see David or Rahul go. Clearly, in Bradley's peripheral vision, he can see Rahul going. He has the space to be able to move his body and hit a wrap. He hits it right at David, though. That's an unnecessary defensive touch for David. I mean, it works in their favor, but still. It very well could have been SpydReverse's point if it went up. Matt Purvis to serve. Hits it low, and Rahul gets a good touch on it. Tries to opt for the lefty push. It's going to not go on net, and that's a point for SicGig. Definitely closing the gap in their points a little better. Matt to serve. Goes for the push. On purpose to serve once more. Gets a good serve on. David's going to move it past him, but Matt gets a great defensive touch and a hit away. And his effort is going to be awarded with a point for SicGig. On purpose to serve, looking to keep it up. Tries to get that front pocket. And it's going to lip up. Point for SpydReverse. Who goes for the drop. Matt gets it up though. Hits a smooth backhand. That was a very crisp, smooth hit by Matt. Did it go on though? It went on. No, it didn't. Wait a second. Didn't Matt serve that? Maybe not. Oh, maybe it was Rahul that served that. My fault. Push 1, 2, 3 put away by David. David to serve. It's a hard cut on that. Bradley gets a good touch on it though, and it wraps. It goes over David. Yeah, I still think they're getting lucky on those hits. Because now if you look at it, they're not even doing skyball. It's just lipping up and going over David. If it wasn't lipping up, that'd be a good touch for David. So I still think they need to fix their hitting. Because now their sets are on net, but the hits are bad. SpyReverse does not get that point. It's going to be second serve for Matt Purvis. Hits it hard down the middle. Rahul gets a good touch on it, and David puts it away with the on 2. Rahul to serve to Matt. It's a nice reverse. Matt's gets a good touch on it. It's going to be off net. He goes for the backhand and gets it on. Great play and a great makeup shot by Matt Purvis. Coordination was there. Bradley gets the push. David gets a good hold of it. Tries to go for the wrap. Misses the ball completely. And Matt puts that away. SicGig catching up in points. It's going to take a break here from, or I guess a stop here from Rahul and David. Bradley goes to serve. It's going to hit rim. They off to play it. And Rahul's going to miss a lefty shot. Looks like SpydReverse is falling apart here. 13-14, looking to make a comeback. SicGig with Bradley making a good little service run here. Not getting aces, but definitely putting some pressure on the other team. Bradley goes for a cut. He's going to hit rim. A normal serve that tries to be a jam. And a 1, 2, 3 put away from SpydReverse, looking like they're back to the groove they had earlier. I don't think SicGig has really been marking the wrap from SpydReverse from SpydReverse. From David Rahul. Normal serve. Backhand put away by Bradley Thompson. SicGig is definitely playing a lot more confidently. You know, they're getting the shots up. Better touches on the first one. And then their setting is back on net. And you can tell they're building up some confidence. Matt Purvis to serve. He's going to hit rim there. Point for SpydReverse, because SicGig just served. Only a 2-point lead for SpydReverse. SicGig looking to come back, and Rahul is looking to make a run. Hits it hard, but it lips up. No, it does not. That was clean. That looked like a lip to me. Hard serve. Bradley gets a good touch. David gets a defensive touch on it. He's going to put that past the defense for SpydReverse to get that point. Maybe some disputing whether that ball rolled or if it was a clean hit off the net. It looked like a clean hit to me, just very low. And that's what we're going to call it. And Rahul's still going to be serving. Rahul goes for the drop. Matt Purvis getting a good touch on it. Moves it past the defense, and that's a point for SpydReverse. Wait, was that not a point for SpydReverse? What happened? Hold up. Sorry, I forgot what happened this play. Oh, I called point for SpydReverse when that was obviously a point for SicGig. My fault, y'all. Bradley Thompson, sure, 15-18. Decent touch by David. A good set by Rahul. Goes to the tweener. Bradley gets a touch on it. Goes for another tweener from Bradley, and that's not going to be a point, and that's a point for SpydReverse instead. Good little rally there. Lots of tweeners. And great effort from both teams. David looking to close this out. Is it hard into the back rim? Good little jam. Bradley gets a good touch on it. He's going to hit a tweener for the put away. And there was a hinder call on Matt. Seemed like he got in the way of David's defense. David is served. Probably gets a great touch on that. It's going to be off net for Matt, though. And that's going to be a bad set. And that's going to be a point for SpydReverse. Very hard for them to come back now at point 15. And ball shagging. Okay, I'm going to close out soon. David is serve. Matt puts it up. It's going to be a tap on, and Rahul gets that touch. And a 1-2-3 put away for SpydReverse. 21-15, definitely a lot better game than the first series. 21-12, 21-7 for the first series. This one 21-15, so definitely a lot more promising for SicGig. And we're going to move on to Series 2, Game 2 of the night. I think now just the setting needs some work, and then the consistency for SpydReverse, because I think they got a little bit too confident in how they were playing, and allowed a lot of errors to be forced when they were very preventable. And I don't believe, no, I do. I was trying to look if I had all the games for SpydReverse. You're okay. And I'll be right back. I'm gonna be going to the bathroom really fast. Alright, let's do this thing. Going into Game 4, Series 2, Game 2 of the night. It's going to be Bradley Thompson to serve here for SicGig. Gonna get a double fault. And then a lip up. And that's a point for SpydReverse. David Louis to serve. It's going to lip up, and that is going to be a fault. A fault double. And now it's Matt Purvis to serve. Goes for that backhand. He's has been trying to do it all night. Wow, English is hard. But has not gotten one on. Goes for the step out jam. Gets a good touch on it. Bradley Thompson with a great defense. Puts a backhand. I think it's going to hit rim. Unfortunately, that's a point for SpydReverse. Great defense, though, being able to read that. David was going for that push shot. SpydReverse to serve with Rahul. After that big cut, but he's not going to be able to get there. SicGig to serve at 2-2. Rahul jams it away. It's going to be a hard hit. Don't know what happened there, really. I think Rahul got it, but very overdramatic. Made it seem like he hit the set. SpydReverse with David to serve. And he's going to jam it into Matt, and he's not going to get that touch. Could this be a service run? Stay tuned to find out. Goes for the backhand. Bradley's going to try to play, but he doesn't want it. I think he should have tried, maybe. David with a nasty cut serve. It's going to be right out of reach of Bradley. And that is another point for SpydReverse. Oh my goodness. Going on a service run now at 6-2. This could be an early end to this matchup. One, two, three, put away for SicGig. Hard serve with the kickback for Matt. Three, 6, Matt Purvis to serve. A great put on. Rahul's going to try to wrap after David's bad set, and he hits the rim. It's a point for SicGig. Looking to make a small comeback here at 4-6. Only 2-point differential. Dang, deficit. That's the word. My goodness, I just don't know. My vocabulary is bad. And yes, I said vocabulary. Matt Purvis to serve at 4-6. Looking to get an ace here. It's going to be a bad touch from Davey. He tries to put it on. It's going to pop up. And Bradley's going to try to put it away. And he does. Point for SicGig. Yeah, a few errors all around. Like I said, just more consistency from all teams. Or both teams. Make it seem like it's a whole tournament. Hard jam. Does Rahul put that on? I don't believe he does. I think he hits rim. And that's funny to see. Point for SicGig. Tied up at 6-6. Looking to be more of a match in the past 3 games. Matt Purvis going on a bit of a service run. And he's going to lip that up. And he's going to hit a rim. Let me start making some notes about what I saw in this matchup. Rahul to serve. Let's see, we got Spide and Sick. That's going to be double fault for Rahul. 7-7, a hard hit from Bradley Thompson. He's not going to get it, though. Goes for a step back push. Rahul gets a good touch on it. Easily puts it, but I think he... I don't know what happens. I think he touches Bradley Thompson, then he doesn't want to play it anymore. Point for SpydReverse. That seemed weird. I don't know if it just died when Bradley Thompson touched it or what, but it looked like Matt wanted to play that. I don't know what happened. Good serve from David, but it's going to be called a not. I don't know, maybe an error somewhere. I couldn't really see because Matt was in the way. But 2 points that seemed very possible to get good touches on in the putaways, but SicGig didn't opt to play them, and I don't know why. Pops up, and that's going to be Matt to serve, 8-9. Gonna line up. Maybe he goes for a backhand here. No, he doesn't. He goes for the drop. Rahul's there, though. 1-2 put away by David. Some discussion here about I have no clue what. A hard push by Rahul. That was an amazing push. Very low and hard to receive. That's honestly one of the better serves I've seen him receive. I don't think that was a reverse. A disgusting cut serve. Oh my goodness. He's definitely taking off here. (12-8) Rahul serving to Matt. Matt may be more familiar with his serve because he's at A&M, but still a hard person to receive. Serves are always developing. Someone you played just last week can have a better serve the next week, so it's definitely hard to get a feel for them until you're playing them. A decent touch, puts it away with a 1-2-3 wrap. I like the defensive effort from David, and I like the wrap from Matt. Definitely made it more things more interesting as Matt was able to secure the point, but David had a chance at getting there. Bradley to serve. Line is up. I want to see step out. Nope. Goes for the step back. Point for SpydReverse. And this game has become very one-dimensional. He's not going to opt to play it. Feel like he should have opted to play that. Gets the short, though. And a good push down the middle for a point for SicGig. Wow, did that go on? A great serve by Matt Purvis. Nice and low and to the right of Rahul Murthy. Let's see if you can pull one of those again. Even if you know where that's going, that's a hard shot to get. You got to get very low. Only a 2-point differential between these two teams. And that's going to be a point for SpydReverse. They're going to rotate. Hold the serve. I think there's some contemplation on whether David's sets are illegal or not. I don't know. Who knows? Rahul to serve against Bradley Thompson. Hits it hard and it's going to hit the rim. Honestly, that backdrop with the trees and the sky looks very pretty. Doesn't look like it's real. Skies or the clouds aren't even moving; they're just staying there. But then you see the people that are walking on the trail, and you're like, "Oh yeah, it is real." Bradley Thompson to serve. He gets a mini cut, but it's gonna lip up. David Louis to serve. Hits it nice and low. I think that was either a push or a reverse. Looked more like a push to me. Can't really tell from this angle. 6-2. David to serve. Goes for the hard cut, but he's going to hit a pocket. And that's going to be a point for SicGig. 13-16. Matt to serve against Rahul. Looking to take some breaks. Goes for the backhand and can't get it. Always goes off balance. Trying to not cross that line. Very funny to watch. Goes for the push. Not the push, the jam. But they get it on the 1-2-3 easy put away for Rahul. 7-3. 4-point lead for SpydReverse. Looking to finish out this game. And that's going to be a clean cut ace for Rahul, I believe. Or maybe it lipped up. I guess we'll see. He was a... Yes, it was an ace. Rahul goes for a fake. He's going to miss. And that's going to be another cut ace for Rahul. It's going to go wide and very fast. Like I said, looking to close it out, 17-13. He's gotten 2 aces so far. Can he get another? Misses that one. No, it hits front pocket. My fault. So yes, he is definitely looking to close it out with 3 aces in a row. Can he get a 4th? Hits it hard. Rather gets a good touch on it. The beautiful set by Matt. And the tweener put away by Bradley Thompson. Incredible to see the serving by David and Rahul this matchup tonight. Definitely 2 very consistent servers, while also being very effective as well. Great out from Rahul. David puts it off net, and that's going to be game. For those of you who are watching, the final count was Game 1, Series 1, 21-12. Game 2, Series 1, 21-7. And those were both games for SpydReverse. Game 3, Series 2, Game 1, 21-15. And then Game 4, Series 2. Game 2, Series 2, my fault, 21-14. And SpydReverse took all 4 games. And then I guess just some takeaways from these matchups. For SpydReverse, the main thing I'm seeing is just becoming too comfortable. You know, I think whenever they have the game that they're leading, they have a tendency to make a lot of mistakes in a row. And once they start to face higher level teams, that may come to bite them, because let's say they're in the lead by like 3 or 4 points, they get comfortable. It's very easy for a team to come back. So I think that's something they have to watch out for. Setting, pretty good most of the time. Hitting, pretty good. They know how to wrap. For SicGig, I think just movement on defense is definitely something they could be doing more of. I think there was a lot of times where they kind of just stood stagnant. Maybe that's because their spirits were kind of broken just early on, losing by like a lot of points in the first and second game. And then also their hitting. Their hitting has really just been hitting right at the opponent. It definitely got a lot better the last 2 games, but the first 2 games it was very easy to play defense on them for SpydReverse. And I think that may also be because the sets were off net for both Bradley and Matt. So that's definitely something they can work on. Again, using their knees and then making sure that it's hitting in the center area of their hand, like so. Anyway, that's all I got for this matchup.